Hello and welcome to another episode of The Bug Jar. Today we have our good friend Trevor Walker here with us. Trevor, tell them a little bit about yourself and what you do and what you're up to.
Hi. I was in a band called Winterwolves for a while. I've played with Zach and Kendra for a lot of years. Zach a little bit more, but
he plays on our album.
I played on the album.
Yep, it's going to play on our new album.
The new album. These guys will probably be on some stuff we've been working on.
So today we thought we would shake things up and do, we're going to all interview each other using some prefab questions that I just came up with a few minutes ago. And we're going to, pull a question out of the hat, ask it to one of our compatriots here. Some of these are music related, some of them are not. So we're just going to see how it goes. And I'm going to start by asking a question to Trevor. What band or artist are you really digging right now?
Fish. Lots and lots of Fish. The Roots a little bit. I'm finally getting into their stuff. Like I haven't for a long, long time. And that's about it. I put on a lot of Fish at work, and a lot of people don't like it. But I'm gonna do it anyway.
Well, I know, like you've listened to Fish forever. So I mean, for many years anyway. So why all of a sudden now is it just like one of those things that just comes in and out?
It's the same with Chili Peppers and Beck and Truckers. I've been aware of them, but I haven't really dug into them until now, just because. It's just been that time where like, okay, now it's Fish's turn.
If you suggested one song for somebody who's never listened to Fish to listen to, what would you have them listen to?
You Enjoy Myself.
Good call. I'm with that.
I don't know that one, so I'm going to go listen to it later.
Something really complicated and alienating.
Yeah, and 30 minutes long usually.
Yeah. All right, now. Who do you main in Smash? Zach?
Bowser! Not only Bowser, but Chocolate Bowser. You can change his color, and he'll look chocolate. And I just decided this just today because we've been playing Smash for 5 hours this morning, and it's the first time I've played it in months. And I was losing and losing and losing, but then I changed Bowser's color to being chocolate, and I started winning. So Chocolate Bowser. I'm gonna ask Kendra this one.
Okay.
If you had to prepare a 3-course meal, appetizer, salad, main course, and dessert for your favorite celebrity, what would you make and for who, first of all?
I would want to cook for Evelyn from the internets because it wouldn't really matter what I make. She's always down to try anything. And I would probably do like a Saturday morning childhood breakfast themed dinner. So the appetizer would be French toast sticks, the kind that come in a freezer box. And then I would probably do just some good old standard bacon and scrambled eggs. And then for dessert, Fruity Pebbles or something. Yeah. I'm going to ask this one to Trevor. What advice would you give your younger self with regards to playing music?
Don't care too much about what people say because they are going to pick on you a little bit about playing certain styles, and they just want to pick on you just for the sake of picking on you because they're not really, I don't know, they're not players themselves, so they're almost wanting to get ahead on what musicians really think about and how they kind of react to that, and don't get mad at that. I will say, just jam.
Yeah.
Jam it hard, jam it long, jam it good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just play with other people. That's one of the things, especially, I know all three of us are kind of introverts, right? And so it's really hard to, approach other people to play music with them because you're nervous about talking to them in the first place. And then the music adds a whole nother level of complexity to that. And so you, get into this sort of isolationist thing where you're like, oh, well, I'm scared of playing with other people. I'll just play by myself. You get so much better, so much faster playing with other people. It's just that will take you from 0 to 60 way quicker than playing in your bedroom ever. I mean, playing in your bedroom by yourself will never let that happen. So, yeah, I like that advice.
You develop a style by yourself, playing by yourself all the time, and it can be that style that you're, I'm listening to this album over and over again, I'm starting to play with this, but you get out and play with other people, you learn how they play, how their different styles kind of,
yeah,
and where, where their styles have come from, and that's how when we did open mic,
Yeah.
that's where a lot of that came from.
That's
And
some of my
so-
biggest growth ever was at that open mic. Yeah.
If you're out there playing music and you've never done an open mic, make that a goal for this month. Like, head out to one because they're really worth it. And if we weren't constantly playing all the time, I know we'd be hitting up open mics a lot more than we're.
I'll ask Kendra. What was your first instrument, and when/how did you start playing? First thing you ever tried to play.
First thing I ever tried to play. So when I was itty bitty, like 6 years old, 7 years old, first starting to learn how to read, I was super, super into the American Girl book series. Specifically, I was into Felicity because that was the doll that I had. And Felicity played mandolin. And so my dad had a mandolin, and I was like, I want to learn how to play this instrument. That is not a good starter instrument for
It's
a little
hard,
kid
yeah.
with weak hands.
Okay. I'm going to go with Trevor. What non-music stuff is inspiring you right now?
Movies. One in particular has inspired me to write a song these guys have been covering. Grey Gardens. That's a great movie.
Yeah.
That's a good movie. I'm not going to tell you what it's about. You just need to go check it out.
And the song when it comes out.
Sometime soon. Hopefully. Hopefully sooner than later.
If you could play with any band/musician, who would it be and why? And I'm going to ask this to Trevor.
Oh, man. I'd like to play with Drive-By Truckers.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think, because I've always thought I can, I play a lot of different styles, but I think more I'm rooted in kind of country, not so much bluegrass, but just folk a little bit, and that band tends to lean that way anyway. So I always thought that would be pretty fun.
What instrument?
Guitar. I don't know. Guitar in that band, bass in something like Fish.
Mm.
I think I'm a much better bass player than I'm a guitar player, but it just depends on the type of music I'm playing. What is your hidden talent? Zach?
In a way, sort of hidden. I do a lot of writing, so like fiction and poetry and stuff like that, and I don't put that out in public nearly so often as I do the music. Kendra, if you were a Microsoft Office program, what would you be?
I would absolutely 100% be Excel.
Yes.
No, definitely. Having structure helps me take the disorganized that is my brain and put it into a structured format, which is why I would be Excel. I'm going to ask this one to Zach. Share your favorite show memory.
I don't know that I actually have a true favorite, but the one that always comes to mind whenever someone mentions something like this is Bonnaroo 2008, my big road trip that I took out west with my friend Joey Bellamy. We were watching My Morning Jacket at like midnight. They had been making this big impression on Bonnaroo for several years, so they gave them one of the big main show midnight shows this year, and it had been dry. They got to the song Gideon, and all this rain just started pouring down from the sky, just like flooding everybody. Right as that song peaked, the big glow stick war happened, and it was just like, here I was, really truly free with no schedule for the first time in my life with my best friend and the glow sticks and all this and the rain and stuff. It was amazing. And then we got back to our tent and everything was completely soaking wet because the tent wasn't waterproof. But musically, that was definitely a favorite for me.
I gotta ask Kendra this. If you were a Pokemon, who would you be and why?
Oh my goodness. I was hoping that I would get to ask this one. Oh, if I was a Pokemon. I'm going to go with Haunter.
Nerds.
Alright, Joni, your turn.
Okay, well, I'm going to ask this one to Kendra because I don't know that Trevor has a whole lot of input on this. What is your favorite board game?
Well, in recent history, I'm going to have to go with Eon's End. But just like, if we're talking, one-off board game night at a friend's house where you don't have to learn a whole lot, and Cards Against Humanity would be my next choice.
That's pretty fun.
Yeah.
You ever played that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that would be my next choice.
All right.
All right, last round. Here we go. I'm going to ask Trevor this one. What is a little known fact about you?
I have an extensive VHS collection.
That's cool. See, I didn't even really know that. Okay.
It's pretty huge.
All right.
What genre do you get super into that no one would expect?
Me. Ambient music, and by ambient I mean like stuff that has very little melody, very little rhythm, noisy kind of stuff. Like there's this album by this guy named Xela, Xela, called Dead Sea that I really love. I also like a lot of Aphex Twin's early stuff. But anyway, just instrumental stuff that has very little context to what traditional music normally sounds like. And I love just listening to that stuff, especially when I'm writing. Trevor, if you could play any instrument you don't already play, which one would you play?
Trumpet.
Why is that?
Interesting.
Because I've always liked brass instruments. And funny enough, my brother had one when he was in band for a short time. And he sold it. And I never got the chance to use it or do anything with it. And that was the one growing up I thinking, I'll probably play that. But, yeah, I'd probably do that.
Trumpet. I have laid us out 5 different keys to choose from, 5 different time signatures to choose from, and 5 different musical genres. And we're just going to improvise something. Okay, so Kendra, you're picking the key.
D.
Okay, that's not too bad. Okay. Let's see.
Can you see it?
Trevor.
There it is.
Okay, Trevor is picking the time signature.
6/8.
6/8. Okay.
So far, so good.
We can do this. There was some kind of hard to deal with stuff in there, so so far we're kind of lucking out on that. And I'm going to pick us a musical style. Okay, we have jazzy.
Oh gosh.
Okay.
Oh, I'm not gonna
so
be good at this
a jazzy
at all.
6/8 in D. Okay, we'll be right back.
So, thanks for watching, and tune in next week again on Wednesday for another episode of The Bug Jar. Thanks again to Trevor for coming all the way down here to play some shows and being willing to go along with our ridiculous notions of silly questions and random jams. We'll see y'all later.